So, as you can see, I've placed a lot of torches recently. So many torches. So many, in fact, that I've basically ran out. I've placed all the torches I need to in a pretty big area. However, if I need to get more torches, you know what I need? I need some sticks and I need some coal or some charcoal. And today, what I've decided is I'm going to go the charcoal route, which means, guess what? We're chopping down trees because something I, really am slowly working on in this Minecraft world is something to do with this big blue ice pathway. I have a big highway of blue ice blocks going through the sky. They connect here at the spawn, or near enough to here at the spawn, all the way to 2,000 blocks out. It's a fast way to travel, and I've been thinking about the fact that it connects so many different things, and I want to like improve the number of things that it connects to. Like if you're gonna, I've always thought, like if you're gonna build something in a Minecraft world, it's good to have a place for it that connects well with everything else, because getting between the various things in your world, if you intend to ever visit them, is just as important as building the thing in the first place. Or maybe it's not, maybe that's crazy, but it's something that's important to me, and today, I'm going to be doing precisely that. So hello, I'm IVX Toy Cat. I don't have a boat today, so we're going to fly or we're going to walk. I guess we'll choose fly, so we can get into the wood chopping, and so we don't say, you know, you said you were chopping wood for 90 minutes, but do I see you doing that? I don't, and if that's your thing, that I don't know. Boy, do I love these chill streams, says SS Thunderbird. Yeah, I really enjoy the chill streams a lot. Like, it's one of the things that I do genuinely, like, miss about streaming. Like, there are certain streams that are, like, a little stressful to set up and do and everything. That was kind of scary. Do you see that? Like, the chunks loaded in way later. But, there are some streams that's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to, like, set it up, think about it, get a thumbnail ready, blah, blah, blah. But for these sorts of streams, it's just, hey, let's do a thing. Let's chill. Let's hang out. Let's do the most important part of streaming. It's never going to get the trillion views in the world. You know, it's something we do because it's fun, and hopefully both parties involved enjoy it. And those two parties, fun fact, are you and me. I mean, I've always thought the word party, like, this is one of those things about the English language, right? There are some words that mean two things, and the two things, like, could not be more different. Like, think about the difference between a birthday party and a political party. Like, is there really any connection besides it's a gathering of people that vaguely... No, besides that, it's a lot of people, right? It's people together in the same... One's a physical space, one's a mental space. You know, the party that signs a contract and a party for reaching 1 million subscribers. What's the similarity between them? There aren't very many, right? Words have a lot of, like, meanings depending on... And it's kind of like, you know, these streams? When we say a start time, you know, let's just be real here. You all know this. It's not a Toy Cat stream if it's not late. There's always some issue that, like, I'm just, like, bad with computers, clearly. Or maybe computers are bad with me. You think about that. Also, thank you, pack.png. I am very yes.png. Thank you for saying that. I've always thought that to myself, and I'm glad that you agree with me. But, yeah, I've always thought it's kind of funny that words... there are so many different times where words, like, have entirely different meanings depending on when you're saying them. And in the same way, when a stream says it's going live at 11:05, you know there's going to be some tech issue. Today it was that I was uploading a video that I didn't realize, so I could either stop the upload or stop the stream, and I was like, well, you know, that's a thing that's fine. But usually, like, there's, like, some technical issue. Like, I've been running into capture card issues recently. I don't know if you've heard or about any of that. But I've been running into capture card issues, and, like, the sound's been weird and delayed or something. And it's like, oh, God, that's like... How does that... Every capture card I've ever owned has had issues. And it's like this thing where, like, if you think everyone in your life is the problem, it's you that's the problem, you know? Like, if the common variable in every problem in your life is you, you know, it's always worth improving. And in the same way, it's like, you know, every capture card I've ever owned has been broken in some way. Maybe I'm just not using them correctly. That's the realization I had to come to recently. I don't know, it's like spotting the common things between things is something we do really well as humans, except when it comes to ourselves. Like, you know how, like, you could look at two people and be like, they look so similar. You never look at someone and say, he looks exactly like me. He must be, you know, and then you don't mentally think they must be exactly the same as me. You think, wow, I'm such a unique individual. They must be so boring.
I am glad you started late. Today has been a long, stressful day of remote working. Here is your allowance.
Thank you very much, Pookie Hounds. Good to see you, as always. It has, for me, it's been a long day, I would say, of, like, I've just had so many different, again, adult tasks I've had to do. I hated doing all of them. Like, every time I have to do a real person task, I'm like, the amount of, like, effort this is taking away from my brain, for something I barely even want, it's just, it hurts me every time a little bit, if I'm being entirely honest. It was like, so today what I had to do, I had to wake up at like, okay, I'm gonna embarrass myself with that YouTuber sleep schedule again. I had to wake up at 10 a.m. for a door person to come around and measure my door. Which, you might be thinking, 10 a.m. Wow, that sure is not early. But no, let me explain to you how waking up at 10 a.m. ruined my day. Because, like, I woke up, like, 5 hours after... Like, I kept waking up thinking, like, oh god, have I missed the appointment? Because the last time I had a person come around my house, I just stepped right through it. They came to the door, they knocked on it, and then they went away. And then they refused to answer any of my calls again, and, like, it set my life back by some portion. So I was like, okay, I can't miss... Someone comes to your door, you gotta... I mean, to measure you... Actually, not... They don't need me to measure my door, do they? Oh, damn it. You know, I should have just pretended I wasn't home. Like, what are they gonna do? Look at the door and be like, I'll wait till he's home to measure his... Actually, maybe they would. Wait, chat, have you ever worked... If anyone in chat has ever gotten a door fixed, can they do it without you there? I don't know if that's a thing. But anyway, so I'm getting a new door. I'm very excited. You know, that's what being an adult is. Being excited about a new door. But yeah, so I woke up at 10 for that. Then I had like a really important contract thing with Microsoft. I don't know if I can say more, but obviously I've been working on a map that I would like to distribute via the store. It's the only way to get it to Minecraft console stuff, so I have to sign some contracts for that. But you know how I mentioned I have this like shell corporation that doesn't exist because I'm a very above board individual. I was like, should I use that? And then I spoke to my accountant. He's like, you know, probably not a good idea. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep that shell corporation around anyway. And he's like, you know what? Why not? Sure. Because yeah, I have a company that does no trading. Doesn't really exist. It's just one of those weird oddities of the world. Never faced the door problem. We might meet someday. Also, thank you, Ducklux and Microflash. What's your opinion on Minecraft Dungeon sequel in a couple of years? I think it's near inevitable that they eventually make a sequel, and then that sequel has microtransactions. That is my official prediction for the series. They can't make Minecraft 2, but they can make Minecraft Dungeons 2. Am I right? Yeah, no, I'm actually really looking forward to the Minecraft Dungeons DLC. Like, I know that the Never update is likely coming out first. I'm like, I wonder how many people care about the DLC for that game versus the Never update. Like, I really am curious about the split there, you know? How much is Bedrock on PC? Says Outboard Chain. $20? I'm not sure. You know, of all the places to ask that. You know, actually, I wanna go back to the thing I said the other day, because I said something that I think hit some people the wrong way about, like, oh yeah, there are places that are not the best place to message. Like, don't try and find places to message someone that has never requested to be messaged there. Generally speaking, if you message someone in a way they haven't asked for, you know, like, not the politest thing to be doing. How many times have you beaten the game? I played the game for 10 years and still haven't done it, and I haven't been close. I think it must be a dozen now, because just in my Can You Beat Minecraft Doing X series, I've beaten it like 5 times. But you know, we should do it again sometime. Maybe tomorrow. We beat it in the Never update, huh? Wouldn't that be fun? Please do a door unboxing, says Smash Kit. You know what? I'm actually excited about my new door. Like, that's a sign I'm becoming a boring human being, adult. That's like, I looked at the doors and I was like, oh, this is a nice type of door. This one's gonna last a little longer than my current door clearly eventually did. I know it's been an interesting time being an adult. But yeah, so I had like a bunch of contracts to sign. Then I had to make a video, like a really long video. I thought it'd be fast because it's just like an update to so you know those 50 bugs that I went through all that time ago? I figured like, okay, let's go check it out 6 months later. I thought it'd be like, you know, half an hour max, just like go around, check them out. It was a long time, like every individual bug. And I learned some things in there, like one of the bugs, whatever. That was a fun time. And then I recall the Let's Play, which I keep wanting the Let's Plays to be shorter, and they just keep getting longer. It's a whole problem. And yeah, I've just had a really long day because also I took a video game break in the middle of that. Not a good idea in a busy day, but it kind of helps. Also, I don't think there's any stuff left in here. You know, that's kind of fine. Let's get outfit. Hello, can't say, but I came to see my nice little blue cat logo. Thank you, G-Bay. I like the blue cat logo. Congratulations on making Diamond Cat. So, okay, was it made by Silent again? Yeah, it's the same world as before. He just added some comments to it. It was a nice little thing. I like Silent a lot. He's a good guy. There's a few people I enjoy working with in the, you know, in the space of like, I guess you could think of it as like co-workers in a job, right? No one likes their co-workers, but there are a few like people who work the same job as me who I really enjoy the company of. You know, I really like Bigby. He's a good friend of mine. There's like a few people who are like when you like every interaction with them is actually like pleasant. And it's hard to do that as a person. Like as a human being, that's such a hard thing to manage, and I'm always impressed that anyone can do it. Bri, why are we streaming when I'm high? Haha, moo cat, muy bien, okay, you know what? Thank you, Mr. Moo. Don't know what to take from those words, but you know what? I'm here to provide your entertainment. Because you know what? Right now, you clearly need more trees in your life. Haha, I'm very funny. So anyway, I had a busy day. It was fun. I like things. But let's talk about something else. Kind of interesting, huh? Because I want to hear your opinions, internet. Because I want to also look at making random streams so people can donate. Says Noah Garcia. Isn't that like what every streamer does? Question mark. Isn't that fundamentally like how this system works? Like you put out streams, and then if people want to support it, they can tip or donate, as for some reason everyone else calls it. I hate that the term is donate, by the way. Like, you know what? If you want to make a difference in the world, donate to like the Amazon Rainforest Fund or something. If you want to make a difference to my, you know, like the amount of food I'm gonna eat over the next 3 weeks, give it to Toycat. Or realistically, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna spend it on a door. Do you want Toycat to buy a door? Give me the money. Do you want, you know, I don't know, whatever, it's the whole thing. Plug the thing, you get me. Oh yeah, also, now's a good, so 2 things. One, if you want to watch these live streams back to back, there's a playlist called Unlisted Live Streams on my channel. I always forget to mention it. People always say, Toycat, I can't find the video after it's gone live. There's a playlist on my channel called Unlisted Live Streams. Second of all, I've got a channel called IBX Toycat Live Streams, and there's a video going live in soon, now, I don't know. I recently gave Harrison, he's the editor for that channel, the ability to just upload videos straight to the channel. So now I don't even know when they're going live, but I'm excited. Door Fund, says Rosie Farrow. See, people are more excited to donate to my Door Fund than they are to donate to the rainforest. Again, an important cause. And I don't know how to feel about that one. I don't, like, should you feel good or should you feel bad? I mean, Rosie Farrow, I appreciate that. When the door comes in, I'll be like, yep, this is solid. But yeah, we're only like another, what is that? Like another 600 tips of the same size, and then we'll get a door. Wouldn't that be nice? We'll have a whole brand new door for my house. It'll be real nice. But yeah, you know, as an individual, maybe I need to just buy more exciting things. Like, you know, one of the things that's always like perplexed me is the concept of like shopping as an activity. You know how like going shopping is a thing that you do when you need to get stuff?
For
There are
a
people...
week's worth of food.
Hey, thank you, Peacocking Fox. You know, I don't know what food you buy for $2.50 a week. Actually, like, I think you can live on like just over $2.50 a week, but then you need electricity and like, yeah, I guess. But again, if you're like just eating rice and soy sauce, again, rice and soy sauce, so cheap, so amazing. If people tell you you need money to be happy, I mean, like, they're partially right. But also, you know, there are many good things that are also cheap. Many better things, even. Like, I sometimes have, like, really nice rice dishes that are, like, 12 times the cost. I'm just like, I'd be happier if this was just some well-cooked rice and some soy sauce. That's the dish that brings me back, you know? Toycat's door is better than the Amazon. That is 2 people who think that me getting a new door is more important than the deforestation of the Amazon. And you know, I can't fault them. I mean, think about it. When does the Amazon shout your name out when you help it out? Wait, I've got an idea. We could live stream the Amazon, and every time like, I don't know, someone donates to the fund, the forest could read out their name. That makes sense, trust me. So, Kat, can you get the platinum trophy for Minecraft Dungeons on PlayStation 4? I can't, but you can, is the answer. Because I don't have it on PlayStation 4. Actually, they gave me a code. I just don't want to. You know? You feel me? You feel me. Okay, deforestation is worse than doors. Exactly. Deforestation is worse. Wait, is that a good thing? Okay, chat. I want to hear your opinion on something. You know, when I do these streams, I'm very honest about the fact that 99% of the time, your opinion sucks collectively. There's a lot of smart individuals in chat, and when you take your collective opinion, what you end up with is poop. That is the average of every message. It just ends up at poop. So you know, some people decide they get one message a minute, and they're like, "Poop is the message I want to send today." And as a result, you know, I'm honest about when I don't respect your opinion, but I have something I would like to hear your respectable opinions on. Yeah, basically, the thing I would like to hear your opinions on is buffets, right? Okay, we got a lot of poop messages in chat. I did that to myself. Deforestation in order to make more doors, but really deforestation bad. I mean, if you think about it, if we don't have any more forests, we won't be able to deforest them anymore. Like, that's playing the long game, right? Like, how can humans... If humans are just going to keep chopping down forests, let's just get rid of them now. And then we can stop it. Boom. Problem solved with Toy Cat. Okay, so chat, how do you feel about buffets? So if you, obviously everyone knows the concept, but I'm gonna sell it to you anyway. Let's say I tell you about a restaurant, but it's not a normal restaurant. It's a restaurant. Hi Toy Cat, I know it's not much, but I hope it will do. Do you know who Jack Mate is, and when the Never update is out, can you get service PlayStation 4? I don't know why PS4 doesn't have servers yet. I do know Jack Mate. I think there's so many YouTubers called Jack. So I think so. I think he's the British guy from up north, right? If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm not, then I'm wrong. When is the Never update? Oh, I don't know him personally though. He seems like not the greatest. He doesn't seem like someone I would get along with on a human level. If the channel is active and playing Minecraft 10 years from now, I'll donate $1,000, says Bruh Epic. You know, I too like to make big things. Everyone knows what they are, then me not understanding what word you're even trying to say because you're British. Wow, that's offensive. That's offensive. I would like you to take these xenophobic comments, Chantal, and to take them somewhere else. I speak the Queen's English. Thank you very much. It's literally your Queen's English. Thank you very much if you're Canadian. I've been depressed recently, so so wait, thank you for doorlessness is a big problem in the world. Thank you for donating to the Doorlessness Fund. My door isn't broken, it's just I want a new one because actually it's damaged. It's not broken. I guess broken implies like beyond repair or beyond like reasonable repair. It's just like it just looks ugly and it's damaged and it was an ugly door that broke anyway. So to fix it, it was like a lot of money and I was like, well, you know, I don't like half measures. Buy it nice or buy it 12. Okay, buffet. Oh, buffet. Buffet? A buffet. A buffet? Buffy? Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you the thing anymore, because there are people, they're the Chantals of the world who don't understand correct English. So instead, let me talk about this concept for a restaurant I have. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So it's like food, but instead of just getting a plate of food, there's lots of different types of food, and you can get as much of each type of food as you like. How do you feel about buffets? Tell me, chat. I'm actually gonna listen now. Buffet? You know, is this not normal? How do people say buffet? One sec. Wait. Hey Google. Oh, it's telling me about my Microsoft call. Oh no, I'm talking to Google. No, okay. Hey Google. Say the word buffet for me, please.
I don't understand.
I should have expected that. Hey Google, what is the word buffet in English?
Here's the definition of buffet.
Buffet.
Meal consisting of...
Wait, one sec. Let me get that again for you, friends. Buffet.
Buffet. Buffet.
Buffet. A buffet. A buffet. A buffet. I don't know. You know the things where you get food. Tell me what you think about them, okay? I want to know your opinions on buffets. You know, I just don't know anymore. If you could understand, then it wasn't worth our personal information. we gave up every movement we did, like our entire location history, our search history, our YouTube history, and what we get is YouTube not understanding that sentence. You know, I don't think it was worthwhile. Okay, I like restaurants because, oh no, I missed it. Here we say, okay, I think it's called a smorgasbord and they're good. You probably waste less food, I don't know. You set off my Google Home to broccoli. If you can eat enough to make it worth the money, it says Laura. The buffet is yes. They're the best. Unlimited food is always good, says a loser. Buffets are godly until cheese sandwiches were added. Who has got... I've never been to a buffet of cheese sandwiches, and I would never go again if I saw one. I can eat as much as I want. It's awesome. At the time, enjoy it, but probably overeat and later regret it. I believe if you get a plate, you eat it, and you feel satisfied, and there's more, I would overeat. They're gross. I saw a kid spit in the food once. Hey, Twitter for Android. Thank you, Dean Cheese Lover. You pay more and eat the same amount. Buffets are good when you're hungry and want a lot of cheap, okay food. Buffet was removed in 1.13. That's good, Ruben von Stratton. People who like buffets have probably not been to one with unsupervised children, says Pookie Helms. Oh yeah, that sounds horrific. I really hope there are no children at any buffet I intend on going to. That does sound like terrifying. Like I don't trust children in many things in the world. Mostly because like when I was a child, people used to like not trust me with their things. They're like, you'll break it. That's what you do. And I was like, oh, I am appalled at this notion. And then I realized, like, wait a minute. They're not wrong, are they? And then I started to spot it in up children, like, oh yeah. Children, you know, the children who just do what they want tend to be not very pleasant human beings to be around. Sorry, hobbies to be around. Again, children aren't hobbies till at least the age of 11. Children's are hobbies till the age of 11. Then they become like this semi-autonomous project. You know, it's a whole thing. So, okay, I was one of those unsupervised children. Oh, God. Oh, okay, you know, everyone is ruining buffets. So, my personal take on it, because a lot of people say they like buffets, right? Sushi buffets are God's gift. I've never had good sushi at a buffet, and I don't think I ever will. Every time I see sushi at a buffet, I'm like, haha, nice one. Nice one, friends. Think you can trick me? You can't trick me. But yeah, so, the thing I was saying, when do they change from hobbies to real humans? I think it's around 11. I could be wrong. It's probably more like 13, 14. When you can have a unique opinion that isn't just regurgitating something you heard somewhere else, then you're a person and not just a hobby that takes up time and effort. Because like even as an adult, if you think about it, you're not really a fixed being. You're always changing based on information input into you. And that's good. Like, there comes a point where you stop being an adult and you start being, like, an old person. When you stop, like, accepting input information and when you just accept the information you have right now is the only information you ever need, that's when you become, like, an old person, in my opinion. No offense, friends. Old people off the chat. Well, even if you're an old person, you won't listen to that definition because it doesn't conform to what you already think about the world. So we're all good. Sushi's just nasty total. Can we ban Jessica Clark from the chat? You know, that's not an acceptable opinion, Jessica. You know, opinions like that do come under the definition of hate crime, I believe. Anyway, so if you go into America, find a Texas de Brazil. They have great sushi in their buffets. I've never heard of Texas de Brazil. You know, okay, I'm gonna search it up. Texas. This is meant to be a live stream where I'm meant to be like doing things with you, but you know, this is the level of I'm just doing what I'm curious about. So it's a Brazilian steakhouse. That doesn't seem like a buffet. I think you are mistaken, Texas de Brazil lover. So yeah, it looks like it is a bar menu salad area. Nope. Yep, you are mistaken. You got me excited. I was like, yes, gonna find something I love. Chat is sometimes very good at recommendations, and sometimes you're misinformed. What's your opinion on cherries? I really like glacier cherries and Maranicho, whatever. I like cherries that aren't cherries, and I dislike cherries that are cherries. And I like cherry flavored things. Like, I like strawberry flavored things, but I hate strawberries more than the devil. Anyway, so going back to the thing, because yeah, if you think about it, like humans are always changing, and that's like something we always know. But it means that there's no fixed definition of what or who you are. And I've been thinking about that recently as like I guess a positive thing. Like, there's no fixed definition of who I am as a person individually, but also as like a YouTuber, right? Like, how do you describe me? You might have a definition, but if I ask you to describe me, everyone in chat's going to have a slightly different definition because your perception of me is slightly different. Partly because you're a different human being that's always changing, but also because like what I do on this channel has changed, you know, incrementally every day. Like every day, what I upload is slightly different to the day before, and the end result is that over 10 years, I've, you know, like the fact that it's vaguely me has stayed the same, but everything else has changed, right? Best moto vlogger on YouTube. I can't disagree with that. Also, thank you, Dean Cheese Lover, and also remember Road the Killjoy. If I didn't respond to you earlier, I just want to say I hope all is good, man. I know things are crazy right now and indeed ever, but I hope that this can provide you any amount of hanging out time. Hang out and chop down some trees, you know? Normal activity. So Cat is yes, says David Solomano. Hey! See, that's the only correct description. Anyone else who has an description, you're all wrong, right? But, I want to remind you that you are loved and appreciated, so Cat. Thank you, Mother Russia. You're loved and appreciated also. I saw the Twitter responses. People loving your drawing. That's always a good thing. It's weird how you can't see a specific point when stuff changes. Yeah, like sometimes there is like the watershed moment where you can see when it physically manifests, but it's rare that you see the one moment that everything just like, even you know, the single biggest like manifesting moment. I don't know. Let's say like, let's say a big moment, right? Is I'm trying to think of it. Like even 9/11 or the fall of the Berlin Wall, the two most significant events of the last 30 years. I still wonder to this day, like, you know, will the current situation, will the current crisis in the world of 2020, or it's called 2019, but will that like even be in the top 10 things we remember about, you know, this decade or century? And yeah, the answer we don't really know about. But like if you look at every event, you think it's like a watershed moment, and that's like when you learn history, you learn it through this single moment. But people's minds slowly change over time, and that's where the real change happens, you know? Like, I know it always seems flashy to like simplify things down to like, there was the one moment where everything changed and it was all good. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like the moment, like, there's no one moment that Corona happened, right? There's the first case we know about, but we found a lot of people in Paris, and I think there's another major city. I think it might be like Scotland. I think it's Edinburgh and Paris. Sorry. We found like a lot of like there's like a huge increase in pneumonia-like symptoms around the airports like a few years ago. We don't know for sure if it's anything to do with this, but like we can vaguely point to a time where it spread to humans, probably for the first time that we can spot. We can spot the time where it hit like, you know, 10 humans at once, or where it hit a second country, or where it hit every country. But like the current situation has no one moment where it became a big deal versus not, right? There was a moment where it became like suddenly a very extra serious deal. But yeah, Italy. See, like the only reason you're saying Italy though, when it hits Italy, was like the moment a lot of people started caring, just because Italy is like it's like a country in your circle of, it's a country in your sphere of caring, right? If something bad happens in China, you're like, that's how things be over there, huh? Also, finally caught a stream. How about some tax? Thank you, MilCC. Today, your Toy Cat tax is going towards a door. You'll be pleased to know that we're deforesting the world to pay for a brand new door. And thank you very much. That new door is going to be delightful. I've been following your videos for so long. Want to say hi? What's your opinion on Ireland? Says Dublin Planespotter. Hey, hi Dublin Planespotter. I really like Ireland. Dublin is my like. I think it's my second favorite city in like the British if you are offended by the term British Isles, then no, I mean whatever term you would prefer me use instead. But in the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and also the state of Ireland, between those two countries, I love Dublin a lot. I've been to a few other cities, and they're like you know, like Ireland's a nice country overall. It seems very rural on the west, but because I like, you know, big populated areas. I like Dublin a lot. It's a nice place. Would recommend. Yeah, the fact that like we can't point to a single moment of anything. It reminds you that like the real change that happens is not the one moment, but is the fact that the one moment was deemed as like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You know what? There's also this is my first stream I've caught live. Do you have any tips for progressing in a survival world? Progressing in what sense, Cody Lennon? The biggest progress I'd recommend is like get a village going. There's so many benefits you have from training with a village. It's like not even funny. Also, I responded to the wrong comment. I responded to poo poo pee poo yeetus deletus instead. So you know, glad I did. You know, Cody Lennon, I like your super chat more than the other guys anyway. You're suggesting you're a sheep shearing stream, that you're an introvert. Was it possible to become part ocelot like your Minecraft skin? Would you take this opportunity or remain human? Being an introvert and being an ocelot are very different ideas. Maybe that's a controversial statement. Maybe it is. I'm not sure actually. But I will say, I don't think that's a thing. So Cat wanted to make a door, but didn't know if he needed 2 logs or 2,000, so he decided to cut down a forest. You know what? 10 out of 10, Jessica Clark. Like the reference. I like the reference. It's good to see you've been here for it. It's a reminder, like, again, everything on the internet is temporary. Like, your existence, you're caring about me. So anyone here, like, let's be honest, everything, it's very temporary. This whole world is made of things that are temporary. So when you have a reminder that, like, there are people who are, like, there for any amount more than temporary, it's a moment that makes me smile and realize the world isn't all burning all at the same time. Because, you know, that's the only impression you can get from some parts of the world, huh? There is a fishy army recruitment to... Well, that was interesting. Yeah, we had some stream issues, but they're gone now. Just like my regrets for not saying I loved you sooner. But no, hello. I am IBX Toycat, and today we're chopping down trees because I didn't know if we needed 2 or 2,000 for a... I guess it'd be 6 or 6,000, right? You need 6 wood for a door, right? Oh, I guess 2 bits of wood, and then you can make 6 planks. I guess that's what they're going for. I think I broke the stream. You did it, and I'm disappointed. But we're back now. That's what matters. So, yeah, I am IBX Toycat, and I want to talk about buffets because there's this fascinating thing behind them I've been thinking about. Like, the concept of the buffet is really quite simple. It's just eat as much as you'd like for a fixed price. If you go to most restaurants, they decide the portion size. If you go to a buffet, you decide the portion size, right? If you go to a regular restaurant, you get to pick 1 meal. If you go to a buffet, you pick as many as you like. There is probably someone who's been to a buffet at one point and literally just eaten one thing. Like, just loaded up a plate with chips, called it a day. Thank you, Milkman69. What a fun name you have. Welcome to the channel membership club. Yeah, it's interesting that, like, someone probably does eat just one thing. And a lot of it, someone eats, like, probably a lot of things with a little bit. But the fact is that you get to, like, kind of choose what you eat. In theory, you can eat everything at a buffet, and in theory, you can eat a whole plate full of everything. You could eat 28 plates. I mean, in practice, you can't. Like, no one has that much food, stomach space. And if you do, it hurts to eat it, right? Like, it stings to eat too... Oh, overeating, for me at least, is, like, an unpleasant affair for, like, hours afterwards. Answer my question. I did answer it. No, Mr. Floating123. But, like... It's one of those, like, uncomfortable things, like, if you... Even by answering no, you open up a whole Pandora's box where people are like, haha, gonna try and prove a thing that this is that. Like, to this day, I regret calling myself IBX Toycat because there's a whole group of people that are like, oh, the reason is because he thinks he's a cat. You know, trans species, I think, is the term that some people use for that stuff. It's like, oh, no. You know, like, this is a world that I guess other people... are diving into, but I'm kind of okay in my own little space here. So anyway, I was thinking about, like, buffets because they in theory, it's like unlimited choice for all the food that you have. But in practice, most of the food at a buffet sucks. That's my experience. Tell me if you disagree. Tell me if you've had the opposite experience. But most of the food I've ever had at a buffet is just okay at best. Like someone said earlier, if you want a lot of okay food, go to a buffet. Like if we're talking about like a $10 buffet or like a buffet that's just like we'll do all the foods. In the UK, there's this big chain of restaurants called like I don't know, it's not Zizzy. It's like it's World Food or something, and it's just all the food in the world, all done mildly mediocrely. Fun fact, that's how I met he's now a big YouTube guy. That's how I met Jack Sucks at Life for the first time. We were at one of those buffets together. He's like, oh hey, my name's Jack, and I was like, wow, my name is Andrew. Isn't it crazy that we both have first names? A few people asked about that story, like how we know each other. So now you go, there's the thing. The Mandarin is the worst buffet restaurant. Yeah, everyone has their own opinion. Cosmos. I don't know what it's called. I could find it if I looked, but they're just average food. That's what is going on. Also, E says Gavin Schwab. E indeed. E indeed. So yeah, any tips for setting up a server? I used to recommend MC Pro hosting, but like you can find something that works. Like, hey, thank you, Floating. And also, how long has Toy Cat Man been speaking about buffet? But okay, so honestly, with streams, I have this like intense. The stream chat is this form of like ADD that like, so it like indulges my desire to talk about anything besides what I'm actually talking about. I can spend half an hour talking about buffets and actually spend about 8 seconds talking about a buffet. I've never had good food at a buffet since Pygor, for instance. So sorry, Dean Cheese Lover. I will finish my succinct point here, non-succinctly. But so the point is that like the theory of a buffet, the idea of getting unlimited as much food as you like of any type, is something that more people like, as you can tell based on the success of the buffet, than people, like that's a more popular idea than is the idea of like just a normal restaurant scene. But like people love the idea, the idea that you could get as much food as you like. The idea of something in many places is more important than the practice, because the idea is what makes people want to part with their money. The idea is what makes people change their behavior. Like the something that I used to like, I still don't know how much I can feel with it. Is like people rally behind ideas a lot. Like when we should look at the world as being like purely about the objective truths, right? Like, oh yeah, the amount of people that we can save from death or like, let's say poverty or like whatever other, things that we know are bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure death and poverty are bad. If you disagree, like those are two things that very few people disagree with. Wait, chat, does anyone think death or poverty are good things? If you say yes, let me know. Like, those are like the two universal truths, I feel like. There are some people who don't care, I guess, like, but I think there's very few people who think they're good. Like, everyone's just like, they care more or less, but they feel like they're kind of things. And, so like, I was thinking about those as like, so the idea is the thing that people are excited about. Death is inevitable, says Mason Price. The only two things in life that are inevitable are death and taxes. Thank you very much. Population control, says Kawasant Thai T666. Honestly, if we had like overpopulation or anywhere close, that would be a problem. I do assure you though that we have nothing of the sort. Like we've got a long-term human problem of like humans will depopulate, which is good if you care about the planet more than you care about humans. But it means that like our like run as a species is gonna run into some problems. Like the amount we can accomplish as a total is gonna go down unless we can all like do more individually. But whatever, that's a side note we talk about all the time. Let's move on from that entirely then, shall we? Death can sometimes be good, although nobody deserves to die in poverty. There we go. Nice, Stowaway Systems. Also, thank you for the 420. Bruh. My answer's 69. Haha. Haha. Thank you, Floating123. I think you've been a bit like, I appreciate the channel membership, and you seem to be excited, but you might have to chill, Mr. Floating. You might have to chill. You gotta always remember that in a stream. Like, you know, like read the room, get the vibe of it. If you get the wrong vibe, you might change the room's attitude. But also, like, it's always worth knowing what you're going into rather than being like, haha, Mimi, are you a furry cat who likes fish and also 69? Haha. 108 billion people on Earth if no one died. I found, like, I've heard that there have been roughly 100 billion dead people in history, but I have a real hard time believing it because we've only ever had, like, billions of people on Earth at the same time recently. Like, maybe I guess just history is so long that enough people die. But it's still kind of shocking. This is a very big room, says Ezra Morgan. I mean, at the very least, there's two ways you can see this room. Either this room is a 1,200 person room with me, you, and everyone in between. Or you can see this as a 2-person room that's just me and you. Because, like, the people who chat, you know, like 10% of you, like the Swirly Hamsters, the Jacob Johns, the Anthony Fadeco, the Emily Fellows, Tiffany, Vibe Check, Off the World. You know, you're all chatting, so, like, the people in the chat matters too. If you just want to see me and you, then read the vibes of the room, you know? Like, if someone's having a chill evening, don't be like, or maybe you should. No, because I go yeet. Also, thank you Lennon Camp and Cody Lennon, progressing in the sense of achievements. So if you want to progress in the sense of achievements, which is a good goal to have, I would say. So if you want to progress in the sense of achievements, then that's a hard one to say. I don't have like an easy one tip. Fight the Ender Dragon. There's a lot. Like having an Elytra will help you out a lot in Minecraft, I think. Maybe I think wrongly. Maybe I think rightly. We don't know. You know, nighttime's coming soon. We should probably be ready for that. Or maybe we should just stand here. I need to make like a chest and just put all my garbage in it. I don't like how much garbage I just collect while I'm doing these things. Thank you, Julian Brunner. Shalom, Sir Cat is I, the harasser. Shall we recap my first super chat I sent you? It's a GG moment. Sure, friend. So yeah, sorry I can't donate, so Cat says Brody Correct. I would never say feel bad about it. Like, the reality is, right, like, this entire thing is done for free, you know, like, it's deliberately that way, like, free to look at. If you ever want to support it, feel free. If you want to and you can't, then, like, that's cool. If you want to do that later, you can. If you want to and you can't, and you think, I don't ever want to, this is good, but it's not worth any of my, you know, it's worth my attention, but not my money, sure, that's an opinion you can have. On the internet, you're free to have any opinion you want, I think. Actually, that's not true if you go on Twitter. On Twitter, you'll get shouted down if you have anything but the correct opinion. And the correct opinion is decided without you. But ignoring that. I love how YouTube say we, it makes you feel like part of your stream. It's actually something I'm a bit uncomfortable with, like the whole we thing. Like, not to go against the exact thing that you're saying, Elia, Exo, it's Abigail. But, like, when streamers say we, I'm like, you know, it's like a nice gesture, but what does it really mean? Like, we're not doing anything. We're a collection of 1,000 individuals that have not too much tying us together. So I can't drink your... Wait, why do you not check your Instagram? I just don't like Instagram as a social media. Like, I actually love Instagram as a concept. Like, it's just pictures, no messages, no opportunities for people to be crazy and, like, toxic and stuff like that. The reality is, though, is that, like, I don't know, like, what it turns into is, like, I guess, like, you know, you can write things, and sometimes people do. It's like, to me, it hasn't been, like, I love Instagram, it's just not my forte. Like, I think Instagram's the social media I recommend the most of all of them. Like, if you're like, okay, I want to get into social media, probably a good bet. Like, it's the least negative and the least all over the place. But it just doesn't fit what I want. Like, I like to learn things about the world. And you don't do so much of that on Instagram. You don't do so much of that on Twitter anymore. Again, we've got down a very mono-focused path on Twitter these days. Kind of sad, you know? You know, that's just kind of a thing. Sometimes the chat helps, but mostly I find it quite weird that YouTube and streamers say we. Yeah, it's like, it's a good thing in the sense that, also I like Instagram. Yeah, again, I want to just clarify that, like, everyone can like their own social media. It's just I don't use Instagram too much. I want to get back into it because, again, it's a social media that gives me a better, like, headspace using it than, like, again, there's so many, there's a lot of places you can go on the internet just to, like, hurt yourself. I've been watching you since 100k. That's awesome, Mr. Floating. That's very awesome. I'm a female and want marriage. If I give you a... Wait, okay, we got that the wrong way around. Also, let's drink some water. I agree. It's ice cold, and I need that in my life sometimes. I need that in my life. It makes me the most anxious, though. I haven't posted in over 2 years because I want people zooming in my pictures and literally judging me. I actually, you know, okay, I think about it interesting because, like, there's always, like, a good worry for that on social media because the only reason anyone ever cares if you're not on social media is because, like, I want to look through your stuff and judge you. But the fact that anyone wants to do that is, like, you know, if they want to do it, let them. It's, like, my best way to look at that. Peen. You know, I can't say peen, it's PN. That's how it is. Also, Juliana Bryant says, I'm female and want marriage. If I give you a stack and 5 blaze rods, can we maybe comment on your Insta? You're fixed, so you clap when you walk. You have a permanent applause. Hey, thank you, Juliana Bryant. I remember you now. Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember 100%. You know, you've made an impression, clearly. Yeah, they want to give you a stack and 5 extra blaze rods to give you 69 blaze rods. I like that. I didn't even catch that, but that's high quality. Smoke weed every day to fight corona. I mean, if you think about it, you smoke weed, you get paranoid, you stay inside. Are you not doing, you know, the government's work for you? Just saying. What a lovely time that is. Actually, chat, I have a thing about me that makes me, like, definitely not normal. But I want to talk about it. A lot of people look for super old tweets of famous people so they can cancel them. Oh, yeah, my whole life has just lived in, like, this moment of, like, oh, yeah, at some point, something I say will be unacceptable by future standards, and people will choose to cancel me over it. And then people who don't even follow me will jump onto it and be like, oh, I can't believe you'd say that. You're basically dismissing an entire community. I don't know what community it will be, but there will be a community that I'm upsetting. It's like it's going to be some comment that's upsetting to some person or something that I'll have said, you know, trying to be out of the goodness of my heart, that's going to be missing. Like, the thing about like online people, like, you know, like, if you are, especially YouTubers, like, we're such like niche focused things that's like, if you scan anyone's life, they're going to say things that are like broken, right? They're going to say things that are not good somewhere in there. And focusing on the past is not the most effective way to, like, of an individual is not gonna, you know, like, change how they are in the present. Like, either they are, like, still awful in the present and they can just say that was the past, or they've changed and you don't give them opportunity. I don't know. Do you like trolling phone scammers, or is it mean? I've always tried, but it's never gone anywhere. Also, Juliana Bryan, I feel honored. I've been inconsistently donating on stream since then, but I'm glad you can recall. Thank you for boosting my serotonin levels. You know what, Juliana Bryan? I don't know if this boosts your serotonin levels, but I hope you have the best of evenings. No, I really, I think it's cool when people can admit when they're happy with something. And the fact that you said you're happy, that makes me slightly happier that I made someone else's day slightly nicer.
Hello, Toy Cat. How is it going? We will never cancel you, Toy Cat, and always stick by you.
Oh, that's the thing, right? Like, everyone watching this stream, probably, I hope, like, anyone with a functioning brain watching this stream, if you see that, like, 8 years ago... Wait, actually, here's one, right? In the first episode of my Let's Play, I say a word that is banned on Twitch. If you say the word, you get, your Twitch broadcast cancelled. And that's, you know, like, so it falls afoul of the Twitch standards. And, you know, wait, they call it, like, the R slur these days, right? You know, I just said it offhandedly, like, I called a cactus that. And someone's gonna be like, oh my god, if he's calling cactuses this, then really that means that he He wants to, you know, he's basically as bad as Hitler. But honestly, slightly worse. Did Hitler ever call a cactus the R slur? No, he did not. Therefore, another functioning brain. Right, like if you look at that, you can I'll give you all the ammunition you need. But my point is that a rascal. We don't say rascal. We don't want to get our stream cancelled. Silica. So yeah, basically did you almost get cancelled for the Wither Church? Oh, that was my first big YouTube controversy. I made a church to the Wither. It wasn't otherwise, but maybe, you know, this didn't happen, but maybe I made a church to Satan. Maybe, I mean, who knows for sure. And I didn't realize how religious, like, let's be honest, America was. I've never met, like, a religious person in the UK. In America, though, there was a lot of, like, religious people who are like, I can't watch your videos again until you've desecrated the thing. And I was like shocked by it at the time. Actually, before I made that video, one of my like first like fans I ever spoke to was like a pastor. Like he was like he worked in a church. He lived in a church, worked in a church, and he just wanted to play some Minecraft in his spare time. And he's like, hey, I can help you do a thing if you want. I've got some time in between sermons. And we spoke about, you know, there's a lot of like weird moments in my life, and that's definitely one of them. Speaking of a pastor who was just a fan of the Minecraft Xbox 360 videos. But yeah, it's a Church of the Wither. It's not a church or anything else. Oh, that church almost was the reason the Let's Play, like it was the first reason the Let's Play couldn't go on the store, because it was wait, you can't say, can you? I don't think I can say reasons it can't go up. But let's just say you're not allowed to do that. That you can't have an upside down cross or a regular ways up cross in a Minecraft world. But yeah, the truth is like standards change all the time, and you should be happy that people changed, not upset at who they were. Like, because humans are, you know, as people, like, again, I'm a flawed human being right now. I want to become a better human being. I am hopefully going to become a better human being over the course of the rest of my life. There's something that I think right now that I'll look back on and say, well, that sure was the same thing that cactus was back in episode 1. But like, no, there's like, if you aren't changing as a person, you're the broken one. If you really think any human can be perfect all the way along, that someone can predict the flows of society and guess what is too offensive to say versus what's a passing thing, you know, then maybe, because you know there are some things that come and go, and there are some things that come and stay. The majority of things pass, but some things stay, and it seems odd. Again, there's that moment, like with this Corona thing, like it was highly likely in most people's minds that this was just gonna vanish. Like in February, until the moment where it hit Italy, everyone's like, it's not a real thing. Like, there were like slight travel changes where like certain business travelers were like canceling trips, like precaution. But like for the most part, it was like, yep, everything's still the same as it was before. And then there was this, you know, moment where everyone's like, oh yeah, Italy, things are real now. And then it hit like all of Italy, and then hit all the countries around. And you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be here for a bit. But just that, like, in the same vine, in the same like, it seems obvious looking back now, but in the same vine, in the same, what is the phrase I'm going for? In the same vein. Oh, it's vein, not vine. How did my brain make that mistake? Brains are interesting, right? The associations we make and the reasons we make them. But in the same vein, smoking to fit that. Thank you, Joe Biden's Bums Juice Maker. You got a fun name. How do I participate in your videos? Usually there's not a way. If there is, I tweet about it. I want to do some form of dumb building competition again soon, just to upset people. So I'll tweet out about that when that happens. Just you tell me. Just you tell me. Wait, you can't have a cross upside down cross in Minecraft? No, you can't have one in a world that you intend to sell to people. Wait, I can't say that. You can't. You probably can't have one in a world you intend to sell to people. I've heard. Allegedly. There you go. Wait, that doesn't work. That's not... I don't know. I'm probably violating a contract right now. Nobody predicted 2020 because no one has 2020 vision. But, like, you know, in the same vein of, like, you know, this big corona thing happened and we're still dealing with the consequences. It looks like we're having another, you know, surge, potentially, maybe, in different countries. Hey, thank you, Pygirl. Hope you're doing well today. Give the loser $100, lol. Oh, that's... Okay, again, I'm going to upset some people. That's my goal. Like, let's go out our way and let's upset some people. What's that? You thought you were right, internet? Well, guess what? I'm gonna give the worst builder $100. Yeah, I like that as an idea. No, honestly, I think I might just, like, take money out of it. Because, like, when there's money on the line, people expect a different thing from when there's not. And it's like, oh, okay, I just won't do a nice thing for a person. Probably violating a contract right now, Lamau. I mean, as long as no one tells, we're all good. Okay, so, speaking of no one telling. So, like, in the same vein, right? There've been lots of, like, deadly outbreaks that seemed like they were going to be big and then weren't. Like, even though, like, you know, the first SARS could have toppled the entire planet. It had a death rate high enough to, like, mess things up. Fortunately, it didn't. Swine flu. Do you remember swine flu? Bird flu? Things that seemed, like, super huge. But neither of those shut down the world or even, like, caused the hugest of, like, things. Whereas this has become, like, the event that we deal with. Hey, thank you, Greg Pop. I appreciate your patronage today. Or best yet, say you'll give them money and never give it to them. If I never give them money, it's basically fine. Always kick the best builder from the competition and see if people catch on. Oh, that's a good idea. Like, have 10 people and always eliminate the best builder. Oh, you know, now I've said it, people will know what I'm doing. So I don't know how to stop them knowing. But yeah, that's the thing I need to work out. Also, me and my mum both got bird flu. But it actually, like, the death toll was in the, you know, it was in the tens of thousands, but it was spread out very slowly and it wasn't a big thing, right? And we had vaccines ready and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was a lot milder than it probably should have been by all counts, I guess is what I'm saying. Let's remove this tree as well. Gotta just chop down all the trees. What made Corona that different? Again, it's hard to... Honestly, the biggest thing is that, like, it spreads to, like, 3 people for every person it infects. And we didn't know that until it, like, was too late. Like, the average, like, rate of spread is, like, 3 to 1, right? Whereas, like, an average flu is, like, 1.25 to 1. And there are tens of thousands of people die from the flu every year when it only infects 1.2 people. Whereas if we, you know, this could have just, like, hit the whole human population within a single year or something. Tax, because I just got into UCLA, says Cash to Spit. Congratulations on getting into UCLA, the University of California, Los Angeles. That is really cool, actually. Congratulations. Proud of you. And by proud, I mean, I feel like you probably... You know, I would say I'm proud, actually. But, you know, based on the fact that I've known you as long as, you know, like, something like 6 months from these streams, a little less probably, you could therefore assume, you know, based on that length of knowledge, that I've only known you as someone who deserves to get into UCLA. I'm not proud. I am... Wait, what's the word? I'm like, this is what I expected. There we go. Which is good. Yeah, good job. Anyway, so, but yeah, like, things are always changing. You never know for sure what parts of society will change. And in fact, like, you do. Like, to get brownie points just for being right about the way the world goes, I don't know if I like that. Because, obviously, like, you can go the other way by being like, well, you know, you say it's that society's changing its expectations. We say that it's just society, you know, being more open, accepting, etc. It's like, everyone agrees on an open, accepting society. Everyone agrees on the idea that everyone should be, you know, vaguely afforded the same stuff. What people don't agree on is, like, the how, right? And the how is the most important bit. Like, if all it took is, like, everyone wanting to make the world an inclusive, fair space, to make it an inclusive, fair space, if it was just people wanting it, we'd be there a long time ago, because it's the how, the where, the who, the because who's who's included in inclusiveness. Like there are genuine debates about that one. All of these things about like where is the world going and why, you don't know the answer to. Hey, how do you make the world a fair place? Again, everyone wants a fair world, right? Everyone wants the world where it doesn't matter who or what or why, but it's hard. Also, I have $12 left to share before I must be careful, says Anthony Fedko. Hey, thank you. You know what? I appreciate the door tax. Also, I might start streaming. Do you have any advice / recommendations? So, streaming sounds like one of the things I'm so glad is that I started streaming when I already had like a YouTube audience thing. Because starting streaming with 0 viewers sounds like the most intimidating thing to ever do. And if you can pull that off, then that's like half the battle. To get from 0 viewers to like 10 viewers is like the biggest challenge. In my opinion, that's like harder than getting from 10 viewers to like 1,000. Or whatever number you care or want about. So yeah, my biggest tip would just be like, get the stuff that like works, and then like find a unique little gimmick. Stream at times other people aren't streaming. So they finish off people's streams, they come looking for something. Maybe they come find you. But yeah, I'm not like an expert on how to be a new streamer, sadly. I would love to pretend that I am. But pretending we're experts is what you do on Twitter, not here on YouTube. Yeah, calling out Twitter again. Show you who's boss, friends. Ouch. What do you think of the class of 2020? I watched a little bit of the class of 2020, actually. I was like, okay, wait, can I tell you something? So I know that K-pop is a thing, and I have always been a bit turned off by the business practices of it. And so I know the biggest K-pop band, which is a huge genre, is they're called BTS. I don't know what BTS stands for. Beyond the shadow, behind the scenes. You know, no one's ever told me, and I'm too afraid to ask. So there's this band, Beyond the Shadow. You know, I'm just gonna Google it right now. BTS K-pop. Bangtan Songdian. Okay, well now I know why I don't know it. So anyway, there's there's this K-pop band called BTS, and I don't know how YouTube like got them to do a thing. That's kind of impressive by itself. And as best I can tell, like one of them speaks English, but he speaks it with like such ability that's like, I don't think I speak English that like proficiently. How did he like? This is like his, he speaks like, I think the songs are in Korean, right? I don't actually. I mean, again, I'm just speaking about something I have no clue about. Again, I am doing a great job at being a pretend expert. I should be on Twitter, really. Anyway, so I'm just calling out Twitter today. You know, today is my day of like, I hate Twitter. Self-care by railing on it all day. But anyway, so yeah, it was I was really impressed with like the way he spoke, and I was like, that's cool. He gave a motivational message in his second language, and he spoke better than he actually had like the best speaking abilities of like almost any young person I've ever seen. And I was like, ooh, that's something people spend like decades working on it. If you want to watch it, Class 2020, like the rest of them speak in like Korean and it's translated, so it loses the touch. But yeah, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, That's like good job. Like it's easy to just like look at because like when you think of K-pop, you think of the fans who are like a bit over the top in some cases, but the people behind it are like, because of the scheduling, because of the kind of practices that make it happen, they're very talented individuals. Like I can't imagine being able to do that as well as being able to dance, as well as being able to sing in a different language, as well as having to like have my life be micromanaged. Also, what's your favorite type of wood in Minecraft? Says Mum's Foot Juice. I really like birchwood, but I like acacia more just because it's so striking. Also, sometimes you say my last time right and sometimes wrong. P.S. You said it correctly last time I remember. Fateko? Fetico. Fatico. I think it's Fateko. Fateko sounds like a name. So catch me in K-pop because
Toy Cat should be in a K-pop band because, that how that works. Any chance we can get a Toy Cat sing song?
There once was a cat who came from... No, actually, that's Limerick I'm going for right there. BTS. Okay, hey Toy Cat, I've decided to start a long-term survival world because I think yours is really cool. Hope you have a really good day. Oh, that's awesome, man. I really feel like a long-term survival world. It seems like such a simple thing, but for me, it like I derive a lot of joy from it, personally. And I hope you do too. Like, so many YouTubers are out there, like, flexing on their, like, oh, I modded this world, so it does all of this automatically within, like, 10 seconds. But the joy of just having, like, a world that you work on slowly, bit by bit, every day doing a certain amount. There's just a joy in it. Like, I feel like any hobby, if you just work at it and get slightly better every day, every week, every month, it's a lot of fun. It's one of the underrated joys of being a human. Hey, Weird Speedrun and Fantasia Kid is back here. Thank you, Mike Bailey. Also, BTS means Bang Tang Boys. It doesn't make any sense if it's Bang Tang Boys because boys starts with a B, and you're not. Whatever. Let's ignore that one for now, and let's instead. Yeah, we're already just like sliding through right here. I guess we should start chopping down those trees next, but I don't really want to. Actually, it looked kind of cool because it's like all elevated on a mountain, sort of. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do. I guess we're going to chop down these trees next. Seems logical to me. Is birch bad? My friend's been badgering me for not hating it. If your friends hate birch, then your friends are bad people. Should be avoided at all costs. I would continue watching, but I have to get off my electronics. Also, Claudia says, I didn't play Pure Survival till I found your channel, and now I can't imagine going back to using cheats and being on peaceful. It'd be so boring now. It is kind of interesting to me how many people, like, it almost feels like I've, like, converted them over, right? Like, oh yeah, turns out this is a way of playing Minecraft. It's, like, I feel like Minecraft lost the way when they stopped recommending it as the default when, like, you know, because it used to just be like, there was survival, and that was it. And then creative mode was kind of like a thing there. But once it became too easy, like, in my opinion, once you could change to creative in the game, like, if I get mad, all I have to do, I'm not going to do this. Again, if I want to ruin this entire world forever, if I just hit this box and hit creative, it's over. That's scary. One mistake, one time I get mad, I want to not die or something, I do that, and then you've ruined it for yourself forever. I can't think of any other game where you can just turn off, you know, turn on cheating, turn off deaths, turn off consequences, etc. So simply. It's the Toy Cat cult, says PNXX. Honestly, if this is a cult, but all we do is play survival Minecraft, I hope this is a cult. You know, everyone join the IBX Toy cult. You know, I would love if we're in a cult. It's sad that we're not. It's sad that we're not. So why is your world called CCCCCLP? See, there's a good explanation for that, but you'll have to go back to episode 1 if you want to see it. I was so proud of myself the first time I died and didn't cheat to get out of it. Yeah, there's this just feeling of pain, like, because even for me, like, when I record videos, I sometimes do, like, creative, hop in survival, etc. But there is this real, like, joy when you... you know, for the first time, just be like, nah. Anyway, Toy Cat, how's your day been, man? It's been pretty good. It's been a very long day, like I mentioned earlier. Like, just like a lot of individual things to do. But again, a lot of things are getting closer to fruition. I've been, like, I think I mentioned this before, but like, perfection holds back good so often. Like, when you get obsessed with making something perfect, you lose sight of what makes something good. This is where every, like, revolution generally falls, right? Like, some people want the perfect vision, some people want, like, a reasonable, workable vision, and then they collapse into, well, you get something. Yeah, like, so I've been trying to, like, make a lot better videos, because sometimes I just watch my own video, I'm like, I hate this, why'd I do this? I don't want to upload this, and then, like, I don't know, I eventually am like, well, you know, I'd like it now. So I'm trying to, like, improve him a lot. I've got a new editor. He's very good. Expensive, I do have to say. Like, I decided, like, One of the things I just hate the idea of is like, I can edit myself, so why would I ever pay someone else to do it? And I hate editing, and I suck at it. So I've tried to learn to be like, okay, I'm going to pay someone to edit. They're going to do a good job. People are going to like it. Like today's video was edited, and people seem to like it, you know? We can make it happen. Just say the word, says PN. You know, this is the IBX toy cult. It's been done. It's been done. And you know what we do in this cult? Read the description. Wait, is it in the description? Yeah, go to the description where you can find the plush. So the Toy Cat, a unique piece of merch, is only available till the 19th. It's literally 8 more days you can get one. Link down below. And yeah, I don't know. I don't do merch very often, if at all. But today, we're doing precisely that. But no, yeah, so perfection is like perfection is this like ideal thing. Oh lord, there's a creeper somewhere. I don't know where. I just heard the explosion go off and on. Oh, he's over there. Okay. But yeah, so the less intrusive the editor is the content, the better, and he is making the content shine. Yeah, again, I know this is embarrassing. I feel like you meant to just... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna share anyway. So there are 6 people in my world who edit videos for me, and then myself. I don't know how I got to 6, and it's like, there's a really inconsistent thing between them. So, what I'm gonna start doing is having like a guy for my live stream videos, because, you know, they take like a lot more time. Have like, you know, the assistant who does like the Seed Sundays and the Q&A Saturday. Not Q&A Saturday. You know, I should do a Q&A Saturday. It's been a while, huh? Get like a, you know, like, have like some person do the basic edits, like the Let's Plays. Because Let's Plays don't really require editing, in my opinion. Maybe I should try it with some editing and see how that goes. But, and then like all the stuff that I want to be like super good and to like shine through. That's something I'm like now putting into like, again, it's like, it hurts me to spend money on it, but like, it's like an investment in the videos. So yeah, I'm trying my best to like make the best things I can. I really want to like, I want to have, I want to try and make some good stuff that hasn't been done. And it's really hard to like not, because again, every time something's not perfect, I'm just like, why bother with anything? There's this like, it's this really awful like human desire where if something's not good enough, why bother doing it at all? If you don't achieve the perfect thing, what was even the point? And it's scary because it's built in so deeply into my psyche. And like unlearning it it's one of the most counterintuitive things to do ever. Like, wait, so you're gonna learn to not make perfect things? It's like, yeah, because like this live stream is the definition of not perfect. No offense, people watching. But you have bad taste for being here right now. What are you're watching me chop down trees. That's all you're doing. What am I doing? I'm chopping down trees with an axe. Look at the thumbnail. It's not even a real diamond axe. And my assistant just photoshopped one on there. I'm just here chopping down trees. Occasionally, you know, going back to collect them all. Put them in a chest. And this is just part of some mega project that I'm, you know, excited, you know? It's, you know, this is the definition of low quality content. But like some people appreciate the ability to spend an hour, you know, talking. You know, I think the phrase is shoot the shit, right? You know, for just like have a talk, have a chill, talking about a deeper level than like, hey, I think cake is good. Cake is sometimes bad, but more often than not, cake is good. I like carrot cake. I dislike chocolate cake, and I think that insert thing here. You know, just like a break from the rest of things. Also, sad face, says PN. I'm sorry, did I criticize your live stream you're watching? This is perfect, says. See, like, some people really enjoy this, right? And it's hard to remind myself that, like, yes, you know, it's for them. It's worth trying to make it better. But if I don't live stream because I need to make the live stream perfect, you know, like, stream perfectly for 2 hours, not trip over my words, accidentally cancel myself, as I'm sure we've done like twice already. In 10 years, this live stream will be proof about why I deserve to be cancelled. Maybe just 5 years. How cool would it look if you built a mega scaled up forest? Oh, that is a really cool idea. A mega forest. I like that. I like that idea a lot, actually. That does fit into like my. You know, we might just do that. Let's do it. Let's use my like savannah, area for it, and then we can like place a bunch of like mega acacia trees. Actually, I guess a regular forest would look better scaled up. Should we scale it up 2 times or 3 times? You know, I'm getting like way too down the rabbit hole with this idea. But yeah, I definitely want to do this now. I definitely want to do this. The chill streams are the best streams because you cover many topics, as Ice Maiden. See, there are upsides, there are downsides. I don't watch video based on whether they're high or low quality. I just watch videos I enjoy. See, but here's the thing. What makes you enjoy something? Because I totally agree on that. Like, that was the biggest thing that made me like... It's better to cover a good topic in a bad way than a bad topic in a good way. Or like, you know, like, it's better to cover something interesting... uninteresting in an interesting way than... Sorry, interesting in a bad way than uninteresting in a good way. But it's also so hard to like quantify and like work out and calculate. One of the most important things about being a YouTuber is learning that like sometimes you're going to hate a thing, but you need to either improve it or you need to throw it out there. You can't just do neither. Like I think this is a thing every creative industry suffers from. Like it's called like writer's block in writing, where you're like, I don't want to write something, because it would suck. But also, I don't want to work out what will fix it. I just want to sit here and stare at the page for days. Juliana Bryan, serotonin and harassment. Thank you, Juliana. You just bought serotonin for £1.28. Was that a good exchange? Or, you know, you feel like you got your money's worth from that? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, by that, I mean the live stream chat. Just comments down below rhymed, and I had to say it. I couldn't resist. Also, we're missing a piece of wood in here somewhere, clearly. Okay, there we go. We found it. All the money you got left right now. Final tax, says Cody Lennon. Hey, thank you, Cody Lennon. I appreciate the ability to be able to buy a new door. It's something I've always wanted. But yeah, so like, sometimes good enough. Sometimes good is the important thing. Because there are some channels that release one video every 3 months, and it's like, they're great videos when they come out, but that doesn't actually fulfill anyone's need. It just like, just scratches the surface. You're focusing way more on your own need to make at that point than you are on the need for people to consume. Yes, serotonin. Ooh, £1.29 for that serotonin. I actually quite like the interesting conversations though, says Mike Bailey. I personally like it too. I really enjoy these streams sometimes. I do get sometimes obsessive, like, how do we start this perfect? How do we avoid...
My way of thinking is just do every idea as best as you can. That is why I am working on documentary on the truth behind pigeons.
That gap there made me worry that, like, my brain turned off for a second in between. Also, you know, I want to know the truth behind pigeons. We all know they're fake, right? We all know that they're not real birds, or whatever they claim to be. But what's really going on behind there? That's what I want to know. I want someone to reveal to me the secrets. Anyway, so hey Andrew, my 16:1 desert temple is almost ready to be built. Hey, congratulations. I would love to see that. I really am like stuck on this idea now of like, you know what, we should totally... It is a great idea for us to like make a scaled up forest. Because we have the leaves, right? Oh no, we don't. We have to make new leaves. Let's make a scaled up forest. I don't know why I keep jumping for it. I'm not going to achieve anything. But yet, I still do anyway. Okay, we're going to jump up here, and then we're going to jump on this tree, and then we'll use the tree to get to the top of the tree. Pigeons 100% 5G relays. I'm just saying, correlation between number of pigeons and rate of something infections lines up perfectly, does it not? Da 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 da. The birds work for the bourgeoisie. Serotonin isn't even the reward system neurotransmitter, it's actually dopamine. Serotonin's very complicated, it takes part in awareness and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why dopamine is never the one that's referenced, but I'm not an internet meme person. See, sometimes I guess another version of that is like popular takes precedent over what's perfect. Like, we all say something. When you say, again, this is interesting because for science and for legal terms, this shouldn't be true. But when you say something, when you say something, you are really saying, like, the words that you say don't match up with the message that you're intending. If I say dog's feet, you might picture the feet of a dog, or you might, but what you're really taking from that is Toy Cat is saying nonsense. If I say this live stream will begin at 8 PM, what I'm really saying is the live stream will begin 8:05 to 8:20, you know? You know, when you've got that friend who's always late on occasion, same thing for them. When, you know, when someone says, oh, I really enjoyed your food, all they're saying is, I am polite enough to imply that your food was edible because you made it for me and that was real nice of you. You know, all the time we have this system where what you say doesn't match what you're saying, but it makes the same impact. And this works really well when we exist in, like, small tribes, but it doesn't work so well when we're in, like, big... Okay, let's grab that, and then let's jump up here. But it works a little, like, less well when we live in these, like, huge connected societies. Like, we're connected, but we're not in constant contact. Like, you know, Claudia here, she is from Australia. That is the other side of the world, literally. Be quiet, poor person, I say serotonin because of my mental health issues. I am well informed on the... See, okay, that's what I'm getting at. I'm saying basically the same thing. Also, so I like, you know, let's just continue on, right? So the thing is that you're really saying when you say serotonin, you're saying the happy chemicals in my brain. You're saying it in the most, because everyone knows serotonin equals happy chemicals in your brain. It's not true, but yet the message you're saying still stands true. If you correct the message, you make it less accessible in a way. And I find this interesting because, like, there are so many, like, slogans. Again, there's the big one going around the world right now that is patently... It's like, okay. Again, it's so controversial that you can't even say it, right? But, like, the meaning behind different slogans, like, you know, let's just say there's a very popular slogan in the world right now. Some would argue it's a movement. Some would argue it's charity. It's technically all free. Wait, actually not. Like, how about we just say it, right? So, you know, there's a thing. It's called Black Lives Matter. Is that a word? Is that a statement? Are those three individual words? Is it a phrase? Is that a movement of people? Or is that a organization, a charity? Because there's a charity with that name. It's weird. Same with, you know, someone says MAGA. The exact opposite, right? So, make America great again. Are you saying that you need to make America great again? Are you saying, you know, like, oh yeah, this slogan, you know, you're vaguely saying the values behind it? Because everyone should agree with both those things. Like, oh yes, objectively speaking, you know, like, if you are a human being and a subsect of human beings, you know, like, are Black Lives Do Matter. America should be great. Was it bad before? Was it great before and needs to be again? Well, if you think it's gone less great than before, I guess actually if you're American, if you're not American or you hate America, then I guess you wouldn't argue that it's great, needs to be great again. But like, and I guess if you don't care about Black lives, I guess they don't matter to you. But you know, like, for the most part, they're like, the words themselves, they mean pretty generic things. But it's the meaning we apply to them when people say them. When someone says, MAGA, make America great again, what they're actually saying is, you know, like, I am in support of Trump and the ideals behind him. When someone says this thing, you know, you get what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a really bad example. Like, because make America great again is actually is a kind of divisive statement. Like, not everyone would agree with that, whereas I hope everyone would agree with the other one. But like, I don't know, let's pick another popular slogan. Like, slogans always say things like, they always say effectively nothing. Because saying effectively nothing allows you to impart your own meaning on top of it. This is why if you look at any, you know, any like catchy slogan that people are on board with, it's like, yeah, you know, I do agree with that one too. Also, let's take these tridents real quick, and let's take them to my trident chest, and then we're gonna go do some things. But yeah, so like, the fact is that there are these words that have like meaning attached, but the meaning depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to someone who's never heard of either of those terms, let's say they're not into US politics, so they've never heard of either of those terms, what are you really saying to them when you say either of those things? You're not saying a huge deal. You need to give them the context behind it. But because you assume that most people you come into contact with already know what either of those phrases mean, like just do it, for example. Yeah, right, like everyone should just do it. Like, you mean like the best slogan, Toy Cat is yes? Exactly, that slogan, Toy Cat is yes, is not even a functional sentence. It's not even a sentence. It is literally not saying words. But yet, when you say it, someone says it back, you're like, hey, Toy Cat is yes? Toy Cat is yes, yeah. Like, it's dumb, it means nothing, but yet it makes sense to anyone whom you say it to. Which is it's like, that's kind of an interesting one to me, that like, yeah. Literally the slogan on my channel is literally one that doesn't make sense, but people understand it. They become their own semantic units and supersede the meaning of the words that make them up. Exactly. So that means that when you say, and this is a problem because in medical law, in any of the professions you have to train to become, you have to train to become a lawyer, you have to train to become a doctor. An increasing number of professions are like this. But when you train in those things, you need to unlearn that ability for language to stop being precise. And you need to relearn it into like, oh yeah, I need to start saying what I mean. I need to start saying very precise sentences. Because when you're talking about legal contracts, they need to be precise. When you're talking about saving a patient's life, it's important to work out precisely what you are talking about. But when you're talking to a human being, if I say to you, oh yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, you're like, oh wait. Let's come up with a whole sentence. Like, today I went, today I'm gonna try and find like a weird euphemism that everyone understands. For the first time in a blue moon, I ate KFC today, and it made me feel sick afterwards. But and I was sick. I was sick afterwards. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. All of that sentence is like dumb and like perfectly understandable. Like, yeah, I ate KFC, it was good, and that's just how things be. Like to anyone who's like not familiar with all those things. Also, KFC is good, but it made me feel sick because I had too much of it. It was actually a few days ago. I love it so down country and British, by the way. So like, but the problem then becomes when you're talking to people you know, you can use like code word units, right? Like when you're talking to people you are familiar with, you can say the little code word units like Toy Cat is yes. But if you say Toy Cat is yes to someone who's never heard of me, what the heck does any of that mean?
Good evening, Toy Cat. I hope you had a lovely stream. Vulcan salute.
Hey, thank you, Vulcan salute. That's a new one. I always appreciate the emoji readout. Female, medium, skin tone, light, Jess Slimmer. It's good to see you here today. Appreciate you coming along. I think we hit 90 minutes. But yeah, okay, so before we end today, let's chop down some trees, eh? It's gonna be a lot of fun. But no, yeah, I prefer Popeyes, lol. Again, I don't know how it's gonna go down, because America might be closed. I might have to live in Europe instead. But I am moving somewhere later this year, for like a few months. And I really hope it's America. I'm like very excited about my temporary American life. But yeah, extend it to 120 minutes. KFC got rid of their wedges where I'm at. KFC never had wedges where I'm at. In the UK, KFC like improved their fries recently though, and they're like so good. They're like Five Guys good fries. It's like impressive what KFC has done. Move to the Netherlands. Netherlands actually is on my top 5 list right now of countries to move to. Fun fact. Might be there soon, or maybe I'll never be there. No one knows for sure until we know. Any chance you might not move to America? Where otherwise, says Trevor. The only chance is if America doesn't let in Europeans still at that time. America's very, like, anti-foreigner, right? Like, wait, let's put it this way. America's very America-focused all the time. The single issue that, like, faces... And that's, like, fine. Like, it's a very insular-facing country. But, therefore, like, even right now, where America is America is the epicenter of what's happening in the world, they're still like, but we don't have any Europeans coming into their virus. It's like, it's the we should be scared of Americans. That's the real worry we should be having. But, you know, whatever. It's a whole thing. Come here, we've got relatively little covered. Australia doesn't let in foreigners right now either. Again, I'd be so hyped to come to Australia for a couple months. Like, I would love living in Australia for a bit. Actually, probably New Zealand a bit more. Actually, I guess Australia's bigger. I think I'd enjoy living in Australia for a bit. A couple where you are moving to in America, so that says Thunderbird. The plan is Las Vegas. I've got like a place scoped out right now and everything. Again, it's all just depend. Like, I can't book any of it because America still does not legally allow Europeans in, which is dumb. Like, you know, I'm not gonna come any further. I gave the U.S. government money to interrogate me, to do background checks on me, and then the first sign they like pull up the drawbridge. It's like, nah, don't care if you have a reason to be here. But maybe that's just me. You know, it's all right. Didn't want to bring my money. You know, you know that money I'm spending on a new door? I could spend that on a new door in America, but because I can't, I'm spending on a new door here. That's going to be the make or break in the US economy. Next time you see the unemployment rate in America, just know it's this guy. Just know it's this guy not being able to spend money on doors that's causing it. But no, yeah, so, you're gonna have to make this tree farm now, says Ezra Morgan. Oh yeah, like, a tree farm's always a good idea. Like, I like this one, like, just like using some wood as the base of a tree farm. It's like I call this the wood factory, which is not how factories work in the slightest. But I like it. It's like a big open space, but at the same time, not big and open at all. But yeah, I love you, Toy Cat, you're the bomb. Thank you. No, you are the bomb. You go to Las Vegas to gamble or for reasons? No, it's just like, in my opinion, okay, so this is dumb, but there are sometimes places I go to on Earth that just resonate with me. And like, even I don't hate gambling, but I don't like love it. Like I gamble like twice a year, if any more than that, and like very little amounts usually. Besides that one, Vegas. Actually, Vegas is the only time I've ever gambled like any real amounts of money. But that's a whole nother point for another time. But anyway, so Vegas is just like one of the most interesting cities, and it's also super affordable compared to most other major cities. I want to tweet. And yeah, like, I don't know, I just always thought to myself, like, you know, if I could live in the US, here would be the place. Like, there's so many states in America that, like, get the vibe. Like, I guess the cool thing about the world is that there's lots of places, and there's a perfect place for you somewhere in the world. You don't know where it is yet, but you might just find out. And, like, I don't know, I guess what it is like, Nevada's very hands-off on everything. Like, do you want to do this? Sure. Do you want to do that? Sure. Do you want to do that? Whatever. Like, it's mostly, it's pretty chill and, like, again, I like the idea, you know, right now we're having, like, this whole debate about, like, oh yeah, you know, are police good or bad? You know, like, no one's actually on the side of good for the most part. Like, I guess the debate is, like, is it necessary or is it not? Is the actual coherent debate. You know, I like the idea of, like, being left alone is generally a good thing. Once you have enough, like, bad experiences with, you know, like, government enforcement, you just like, well, I can't, if I'm not getting any benefits from this, I don't want the downsides, you know? And that's what you get in Vegas, I feel like. Vegas is worse for the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, that is scary to me, actually. That is a little scary to me. I have considered, if there's a zombie apocalypse, I want to be in the UK, not in Vegas. That is a downside. That is a downside I've considered. That sounds like a joke, but I do assure you it's not. So what time is it in the UK, IBX? It's 7:55 here. It is 1 a.m. here in the UK. Actually, not given that we ran out of trees to chop, we have to wait for a few of them to grow. Oh no, we need to go up there. Like, let's do that right now, just real quick. Let's just fly up. Ooh, wee, fun flight. So look at this, I'm gonna drop down and then I'm gonna refly and we're good. Thank you, Phoenix Music. High quality stuff. But yeah, I like Vegas a lot. I like the Netherlands a lot. Again, I like a lot of what's going on over there. And I would go to Norway, but like expensive, and they don't let anyone in right now. And they're unlikely to anytime too soon. So yeah, there's a few places on my like considering list that I guess I'm gonna work through. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's whatever this was. And I totally, you know, like these streams are very. The streams we do here are a lot of fun for me, and I really appreciate the support from people like Julian Thomas Harris saying, "Isn't Vegas running out of water?" Thank you for making it along for this stream. I'm going to make one last request. Because again, I really want anyone who wants these to get these. At this point, they're funded, so it doesn't matter to me if you buy one or not. But if you do want a Toy Cat plush, you can buy one at the link in the description. It does support me, at least a little bit. If you don't want to tip directly, because it feels like throwing money into the void, you can get a Toy Cat, a limited edition item, will only exist for another... I'm not too sure. Also, our Prime Minister rides a bike to work, says PN. Which country do you live in, PN? I always assumed you were just American, but now you got me curious. New Zealand? Australia? It can't be Australia. It's Canada or it's New Zealand, because you're English speaking. Unless you're Dutch. That's possible. Is that... I guess it makes sense, because Dutch and riding a bike, and I was just talking about the Netherlands. I'm not too sure. But yeah. Would you ever move to Singapore, says Shrava? Oh, yeah, but Singapore's also not accepting anyone right now. I'd be so excited to move to Singapore for 3 months. Oh, just like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I am salivating at the thought. But again, right now, not really on the cards. Netherlands. Hey! That's cool. But you know what else is cool? Me saying goodbye to you today. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And, yeah, no, that's all. Goodbye. I just got brain freeze. Ooh. Goodbye. This was a good time, huh? This was a good time. Yeah, this is gonna be some... I'm gonna see you tomorrow, by the way. I'm gonna be streaming something. Yeah, that's a good sales pitch. Streaming something.